New reports confirmed tonight that a revolt is underway on Carver 5. Civilians, some say in the thousands, have banded together to stop the destruction of their planet.
Archon Katrina Steiner is headed to her mountain retreat to review the situation.
Fighting is at an all-time high. Refugees gather in makeshift camps as tanks and battle mechs roam the countryside, attacking and counterattacking in an attempt to wrest control of the planet once and for all. Their markings have become irrelevant. To the people, they are simply...
In other news from Carver 5, Captain Jason Cho, a member of the Liao nobility, was killed in a freak training accident while on maneuvers with his unit. Funeral arrangements...
Baxter is not a military strategist. In fact, he is an industrial engineer. He was driven to lead, he says, by the devastating effects of inner-sphere politics on the civilians of Carver 5. But what effect can a civilian revolt have against seasoned veteran soldiers? The best Mr. Baxter can hope for is to open a dialogue with Colonel Renard and begin the process of healing.
I cut the deal as you instructed, sir. You'll get revenge, but we're not going to get rich doing it.
I talked to the troops, Skipper. We're in. Let's do them all.
I've got Baxter waiting.
I'm glad we could help out there. My men owe you a lot for saving their families from the internment camp. But listen, I've made a deal, and I really need for you to be a part of it. This is Major Kelly of House Davian.
Commander.
Major Kelly has agreed to help us in our fight for independence.
My men will continue to fight against House Liao, but I will not fire on House Steiner. Understand, this is in direct violation of my orders. But David Renard is my friend. He was my commanding officer, and I owe him a lot. I don't know what's happened to him, but I won't fight him anymore.
We can't offer you much, but you'll be working for the people now. That must be worth something.
Just in case. Defensive counter, Bannockburg. Prevent Bannockburg from a combined Leo-Steiner assault and prevent the city from falling under their control. Anything you want, baby. Anything you want. Yeah, I recall this. Commander, we've got a situation in the city of Bannockburg. A combined force of Steiner and Liao mechs attacked the city at dawn yesterday and succeeded in taking control of most of the terrain north of the river. We need to destroy the incoming Steiner and Liao units before they tear down the city. I've also listed important secondary objectives that we need recaptured. I can't stress the importance of Bannockburg enough. It's the largest city for several hundred miles and our primary resupply point. If Bannockburg falls, we could lose every sector in the region. Tactical officer notes. Well, it looks like the Steiner and Liao have finalized their treaty. This should be a tough engagement. Steiner's got heavy armor, Liao's got speed and stealth. Luckily, we have access to Davian's supply of clan equipment. Clan mechs and weapons are the cutting edge of technology. You won't find better. I imagine Steiner will come straight up the middle. They got the armor for that. Liao, though, as we've learned, prefers the indirect approach. Keep an eye out on your flanks, just in case they manage to sneak some units across the river. Baxter sent some maps along, and he wasn't kidding about Bannockburg being a resupply point. There's resource buildings all over the place and a couple of repair bays. Grab everything you can, because we'll need it. If I have points, we'll be fine. The map previously would have been a lot different if we'd have even deployed a single artillery piece there or mine there. So we only need a few thousand points to make quite a big difference, and we are already quite deadly. So I'm confident in our ability to do this. We don't really need a mad cat for these missions. And we definitely might want a different weapon loadout. This was for this mission specifically. It made a lot of sense there. It's not something we... we intend to use constantly. Oh, we're back in the green! Oh, got them. Thunders. Terrible mix. And that's it. Can buy Shadowcat's vultures. Yeah, nothing too interesting there. Just look at the map again. There's quite a lot of forests here and there. We do need the range though. We can't use just medium weapons. What about Cyclops with the sensor advanced? It's a fair amount of armor, a fair amount of speed, not jump capable though. Is there anything that looks like... Well, there's a defensive point there. Jump capability could actually be quite useful. I like the Mad Cat quite a bit, but just for the sake of not being totally blind, we might want to try something else for a change. What can we do to this? Something. Armor. Extended range lasers. Yeah, this is terrible as far as heat is concerned. That's why I probably haven't used this earlier. 29. 29. That is bad. That is properly bad. So this simply isn't an energy weapon mech, and we can't use energy weapons. We're going to be screwed anyway, so Cyclops simply isn't for us. I guess Highlander might be an option. At least 37. Nice amount of room there, but again, this is not an energy weapon mech. Zeus or Mad Cat. The thing is, if we're gonna go with Zeus, we might as well drop 5 tons and take the Mad Cat. It's a lot faster, and I like the loadout anyway. Extended range, mediums, holds. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. It's sort of a general purpose version. Yeah. $155 mech kills so far. I'm just glad to play something that it's likely not going to take so many tries. But there were a few that I'm not going to put up, simply because they ended me quite fast realizing that it's not going to work. One was with a very heavy close range setup on a very heavy mech, and a lot of the enemies simply were able to back away from me, and I was struggling quite a bit to reach them. So even you'd have to fit quite a maneuverable the mech in order to make that work at all. And many of the enemies have long range. Preferred engagement range is long range, so they constantly just back up, and back up. And they work with other long range units, so any close range setup will take a huge amount of time because it'll spend a lot of time not firing and just running after things while it's being constantly fired upon. So it does not work when you are alone. If you had other people taking part of the fire or shooting at other things while you chase someone down, then it would be, I think, fine, but not for us. We need a more balanced approach. So the Mad Cat, after a few tries, proved to be really where the balance is good on all fronts. So unless there's some overriding need to get some kind of jump jets or absolutely we need a sensor, I think I'll be staying with the Mad Cat for most of the game.